I chose 5 different Minecraft blocks, and today I'm going to turn each of them into mobs. The first block that I will transform into a mob will be the stone cutter. The idea I had is to transform this into a kind of iron golem. So I'm going to start by creating the first leg. I'm going to create the second. I'm going to make a bigger cube to be the belly, the other much bigger to be the chest. It will practically shape like an iron golem. Now I'm going to make his arm, and you can see that it's made of wood. Now I'm going to create another arm, and in his hand there will be a saw to make the head. It's very simple. Just create a cube of this size and make the nose. The stone cutter golem model is ready. This is his animation when he's standing still. This other animation is him walking, and this other one is him attacking. This was really good. The coolest thing about it is that the disc actually spins, unlike the stone cutter from Minecraft. The only place I can find the stone cutter golem is inside this new village that was generated here in my world. It is totally different from the standard Minecraft villages. So you can see there is even a castle here. Wait, can I find him here? Let me see. Apparently this is a prison, okay? There's a ladder that goes up. He probably won't be in here since there's no way for him to get up here. Maybe if I climb a roof like that, I can find the golem, little golem. Where are you? Look, he's right here. Look at this. He attacked me, bro. He doesn't want anyone to invade this village. It could be that this is an evolution of the iron golem. Even though I have the netherite armor he took all my life, the only way to get rid of him will be to fight. But although he is very stupid because he can attack me, but he got stuck in that block. No, no, calm down, calm down. I'm going to fly away. The most peaceful iron golem. You don't even need to attack him for him to attack you back, but at least I managed to defeat him. And as a reward, I got a stone cutter. Just like I've done with all the mobs I've created, I'm going to create a habitat for it, but there's a problem. I ended up with the only golem that was in this village. What's up, villager? Tell me, where can I find another golem? Oh no, they didn't answer me. So I'm going to do that strategy of flying away to unload the chunks from this village, and as soon as I return, another golem will probably spawn. Now I just need to find another one. So far, none have appeared. Look, one appeared, I'll tie the bow to it. But I'm going to have a little problem taking him from the village to the zoo, since he's an aggressive mob and takes a lot of life. After a long time, I finally managed to lock him here, and it's time to build his habitat. And to build the habitat, I'm going to need some spruce log. Thankfully, there are several trees on this mountain, so I'm going to get a lot of spruce log. I've already got enough. Now I have to go home. No, 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 no! I have to get out of here. Calm down. Break it. If I didn't have this shovel, I would probably freeze to death. I also mined a lot of stone because that's one of the materials I'll use the most. The idea I had was to build the habitat in the shape of this stone cutter. So that's why I'm going to place 4 pieces of wood here in this corner. Place some stone block, and now add more wood. I'm going to place this wood here to define the center of the construction, and I made the complete square with stone block and adding the wood in the corner. Where there are these wooden markings, I will climb a pillar 6 blocks high. And besides, I'm going to have to peel them all to make it look more like stone cutter. I'm going to connect the 4 pillars using wood, and I'm also going to peel all of them. Now I have to break this marking that I made out of stone because this is where I'm going to make the wall. And contrary to what I was thinking, I'm going to use polished andesite to build this. Then build the other walls. The one in front I'm going to leave open to make it look prettier. I broke some random blocks and replaced them with stone, which left a very nice effect. Now I'm going to break all these grass blocks, and I'm going to replace them with spruce planks. I'm going to use some slabs to make the roof, but unfortunately they weren't enough. I need to get andesite. That's why I had to go to a cave to get a lot of andesite. Now I can make a lot of slab and finish the roof. I also took the opportunity to make some decorations inside the habitat. For example, this pile of cobblestone and this other pile of deep slate. To give the finishing touch, I'm going to put the stone cutter here, and now just bring the stone cutter golem inside the habitat. Come here, golem. Now I'm going to close this place with a fence. I was already forgetting to make the saw that is on the top of the stone cutter. To do this, I will need white blocks. I have diorite. Let me see if I have more in this chest. I have calcite blocks. These blocks were enough for me to build the saw. Now the habitat is ready and it looks very beautiful. The rating I give it is 8 out of 10, and for mob it is 8.5. I'm in this village because the next block that I'm going to transform into a mob will be the bell. And the question that remains is, how am I going to transform this into a mob, bro? This will probably be my biggest challenge. I'm going to start by making the mob at the base of the bell, which will be this cube. Now create the top part of the bell. I'm going to create a cube a little smaller and the other even smaller. Now I have the base of the mob, which is the bell. In the Minecraft bell block, you can see that there are 2 stone columns. And at the top, there's a piece of wood holding the bell in these columns. So I have to create this wood on a much larger scale. The stone column will be his arm, double it to the other side. I can already see that it looks very similar to the Minecraft bell. But as this is a mob, I need to do his legs, now make his head, his snout, one ear, and the other. Now the bell mob is ready. This animation of him standing still, this other is of him walking, and this other is of him attacking. It was really good, and you can already see that the bell that was here is no longer there. It has become mob, which is it. He's running after me. No, don't attack me. Isn't he Pacific? He takes a lot of life. Yeah, I'm going to have to kill him with my sword. Look how cool he is. He looks like a pig with the body of a bell and arms made of stone. Bell bell mob has come to an end. And just like the previous mob, this one dropped its block. Now the question is, can I summon another mob? I'm going to put the bell in that place. Now I'm going to fly away, and when I come back, the block is gone and the mob has been summoned. That's good. I tied the bow to him and I have to take him to the zoo. The problem is that these berries cause a lot of damage and I'm almost dying. I have to be very careful with it. Can I take him flying? No, the noose broke. The only way to do it is to pull him to the ground. No, I hit him by accident. Please don't die. No, don't kill me. I need to get this lasso. Now I'm going to lasso him again and I'm going to have to pull him to the other side of the mountain because that's where the zoo is. I arrived at the zoo and I'm going to trap him in this fence. And now, Mr. Bellbody, I'm going to build your house where you will live for the rest of your life. Before starting to build, the first thing I did was make the frame where I want his habitat to be. Where are these stones? I want to make a cobblestone wall. Let me see if there's cobblestone in this chest. Oh no, it only has mossy cobblestone. This other one only has 1 stack and 14, so I'm going to fly to this side because there are some mountains here. This is the perfect place for me to mine a lot of cobblestone. But for this to be easier, I need to set up my pyramid with a flare. Now just place the flare here at the top, activate haste, and spend a few more minutes collecting stone. Thankfully, this was pretty easy since I have a netherite pickaxe and a beacon. Now that I have the cobblestone, I'm going to replace all these stones, and I'm going to build the wall around the habitat. You can see that I made them all irregular. This will make the habitat much more beautiful. In this part where there is a hole, I will make a small lake. I just need to make an infinite water fountain and put water in the corner of the wall. To continue building the habitat, I had to fly to a very far place. I did this because I need to find the dark forest biome because there are dark oak trees there since most of the construction I will do with this board. I had to stop here at the portal because I need this block of gold, and you'll understand why. I found the right biome. Now I need to get a lot of this wood. I'm going to use most of this wood to make fences, and with them I'm going to decorate the top part of the wall, and the rest of the wood I'm going to use to make this village house. Since Bell Mob has to feel at home, and as he came from a village, nothing better than building a small village for him to live in. However, the houses in this village will not be simple. The wall will be made of gold, and that's why I stopped to get a gold block from the portal. And after building another house and some decorations, I need to get the Bell Mob in here. Calm down, I need to put the fence back up. Good, and finally the habitat was ready. This is one of my favorite habitats, and the rating I give it is 9 out of 10, and for the mob, it is 10 out of 10. The next block that I will transform into a mob will be the blast furnace. I start by making the furnace mob from the leg, and his leg will be small. Now I duplicate it, and to make his body, there isn't much of a secret. It will literally be a furnace. However, it will be a different furnace, since I will have to create all the sides of it. So this will be the back part, this will be the front part, and on the other side. You can see that we have half a furnace, but I need to add a few more details, like this one here that will add charm to our mob. Since this is a furnace, I'm going to make fire on the inside, and to make it more beautiful, I'm going to put it on the other sides. Little by little, the furnace mob is taking shape. Now I'm going to make the side of the top, make the another for the back, and this will be the front. Don't worry, you just need to close the top and add the 2 eyes. Mob's model is ready. This is his animation standing still, and it looks really cute. This is the animation of him walking, and this other one here is of him jumping. You'll already know why I did that. And to summon the furnace mob is very simple. I just place the blast furnace here, and when I place the carved pumpkin, look at this. Summon the blast furnace mob. It looks very beautiful, and unlike other mobs, this is a peaceful mob. It won't attack you. You can even hit it, and nothing will happen. Okay, but then this mob has become quite boring since it has no function. Quite the contrary. Its function is very cool. I entered this cave to get some ores. I'm going to get some copper ore. I'm going to collect some iron. I'm going to do the same thing with gold. I already have all the ores in hand, and when I click on this mob with the ore in hand, look at this. It will be melted automatically. I can do this with iron. All of this turned into iron bars, copper. This also works with these ore blocks, and I can even get some wood, and when I click on it, all of this will turn into charcoal. Without a doubt, this is one of the best mobs I've ever made. This works for any item that can be baked in the furnace. Cobblestone turns into stone, and I can turn stone into smooth stone. Now, Mr. Furnace, I'm going to have to lasso you, trap you in this fence, because now I'm going to create a new home for you, and just like I did with the stonecutter golem habitat, the idea I had to build this habitat is to build a giant furnace. And to build this, I will need smooth stone. Great, here there is more than 1 stack. This amount of block will be enough for me to mark the scale of the habitat. Each pixel of the texture will be a block. And after making the frame on the ground, it was time to make the pillars. But unfortunately, there was no block. Good thing I have a lot of stone here in the chests, and I'm going to use the mob function to roast all these stones. Look, when I click on the stones, it instantly turns into stonecutter. Seriously, this is the best mob ever. After spending a few minutes making the furnace frame, I just realized that this is going to be a lot bigger than I thought. And to make the side of the furnace, I will divide it into 2 parts. The first is this part below, and I have to decide which block I'm going to use. In my opinion, the block that looks the most like this is stone. So I made all the sides with stone blocks, and then I broke some blocks and replaced it with stone bricks. For this darker part of the furnace, I'm undecided. I don't know whether whether to use a tough block or a deep slate block. To resolve this doubt, I made one wall with deep slate and the other with tough block. In my opinion, the tough block is the most beautiful one, but I have a problem. All the tough blocks I have are not enough. So that's why I spent a few minutes collecting enough tough blocks and the amount I took it and used it to make the rest of the walls and the ceiling. What cannot be missed is this detail of the furnace. Thankfully, it was very simple to replicate this. Now I have to decorate the inside of the furnace, and for that I had to break the grass floor. I made a deep slate bridge that crosses the room. To make the decoration more beautiful, I covered the entire wall and ceiling with deep slate blocks, and I also built an altar where the mob goes to stay. I had to come to this cave to get a lot of lava, because I'm going to have to put lava in these two parts where there is land. This will be like 2 pools of lava. Now just bring the mob in here, loosen the loop. I'm going to put some furnaces here to make it happier, and finally the habitat is ready. The rating I give for this build is 7 out of 10, and for mob it will be 10 out of 10. The next block that I will transform into a mob will be the observer. I'm going to start by creating mob observer's head so you can get an idea of what he's going to look like. This cube I'm creating will be the chest. Now I'm going to make the left leg and the right leg. I'm really liking how this mob is turning out. Calm down. Now that I stopped to look at it from here, it looks a lot more like Among Us. It looks really good. But unlike Among Us, this one will have arms. He will be holding a redstone torch in his hand. Now select this and duplicate it. This one is the animation of him standing still. This one is him walking, and this other one is him attacking. He's going to throw you up. The mob observer doesn't have such a special function. Its only function is to attack you and disrupt your game. Unlike the furnace mob, which has a special function, this one here will only attack you. But despite that, he is very cute. Look at his head. He is an observer, but you can see that he is evil since his eye is red. Furthermore, he is holding 2 redstone torch, and this will probably make his attack much stronger. Calm down. I'm going to have to kill this mob. But despite that, it's a very weak mob since I managed to finish it off with just 1 hit. The question that remains is, how am I going to summon another one? It's actually quite simple. I'm going to put an observer here, a torch on this side, and another one here, and now another one has been born. I'm going to hook him to this loop and tie him to the fence. Now I need to build a habitat for him. To build the habitat, I had to come here to the cave, since I'm going to need some blocks. The problem is that it's full of mobs here. Get out of here, zombie. Get out of here, skeleton. Here, good one. Oh no, there's a horde of skeletons here, but that's okay. I'm going to finish them all off. So I managed to defeat them. Good thing I'm a professional Minecraft player. The block I will need to build the habitat will be deep slate, but there won't be a few, and that's why I spent a few minutes digging this hole. The problem is that these blocks are more difficult to break than stone. Now I'm going to have to transform all these deep slate into this block. I'm going to take the opportunity to make a habitat frame. This part was the hardest as I had to dig a hole inside this square. After having dug the hole, it was time to make the walls. This was quite easy as I got enough blocks to build this. To make the floor, I used slab to save blocks. Of course, this habitat cannot be left empty. I need to make some decorations, and to make these decorations, I used some redstone blocks and also some dark glass. I really liked how this decoration turned out. It looks like there are some power cables coming out of the wall. To make it more technological, I'm going to put in some redstone lamp. I'm also going to put in some piston and some observers. After having done that, I'm going to have to break these blocks and replace them with wall. Mob Observer, this is your new home. This was very beautiful. The rating I give for the habitat is 8 out of 10, and for mob it is 7 out of 10. And the last block that I will transform into a mob will be the Enchanting Table. So I'm going to start by creating a cube with the shape of the Enchanting Table. Now I'm going to create the cover of the book. This will be the leaves, make the back of the cover, add the teeth of the book, select all of this, and duplicate it for the upside. The texture of this book was very good. Basically, the book will be our mob's mouth, and as he needs to see his enemy, I created an eye. I will also make an eyebrow and select that and duplicate it. This is very good, but you can see that the Enchanting Table is floating. This doesn't make any sense, so that's why I'm going to create 2 wings for it. The first wing is ready now. Select this and duplicate it. In the texture of the Enchanting Table in Minecraft, you can see that there is a piece of cloth sticking out of the table, and that is what I'm going to create. Now select and duplicate it. Finally, I finished making the model. This is his animation standing still. This one is him flying, and this other one is him attacking. This looks really good. And here in front of me is Mob. Look how cool he is. He has an angry face. He can attack you and take half a heart of life with each attack. The time has come to battle him. Calm down. He makes an XP noise when I hit him. Good. I'm done with him. I don't know if you noticed, but he enchanted my sword with Fortune 3. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is his function. He will enchant any item in his hand. I'm going to give him a few blows with the sword. Now I'm going to try to kill him with stick. It's not possible. My Minecraft crashed, so the only way will be to trap this mob here and start creating its habitat. And I've already started making the frame of where the habitat will be. Unlike the others, this one will be the biggest habitat of all. After completing the whole frame, the hardest part of all came, which was digging. Even though I had the best shovel and the best pickaxe, it took a long time for me to finish this. The good part is that I got a lot of cobblestone and dirt, which I can use in other constructions. I'll even store all of this inside the chest. Now that I've dug the habitat hole, I can start building, but this time I'm going to do the floor first, and the idea I had is to make it all out of oak log. But all my oak logs are gone, so that's why I have it took a lot. And of course, to save money, I did the floor with slab. I'm here in a stronghold because I want to find those abandoned libraries, since I want to make the habitat wall with bookshelves. So I broke all the bookshelves in the first room, and since that amount of bookshelf wasn't going to be enough, I took all the bookshelves in the second library. To save the bookshelves, I decided to make some pillars with stripped oak log, and then I went back to filling the empty spaces with the bookshelf. There was a little left, so I'm going to make some decorations and also the fence to protect the habitat. Now I have to bring Mob in here. Perfect. I'm going to release him, and I'm going to fly. Now close this with oak fence. And the habitat is finally ready. The rating I give for it is 7 out of 10, and for Mob it is 10 out of 10. If you like this video, take the opportunity to click on the one that appears here on the screen, and I'm sure you'll like it.